I want you to tell us about Iron Lung. How did you get involved with the project? What was it like? How did Markiplier approach you about it, the whole deal?
Hey, he called me. Mark and I have been friends. This corner of the industry is tight knit. We have a mutual friend with Jacksepticeye, and Mark is always he's got the most abounding entrepreneurial spirit I've ever seen. I don't know when he sleeps. If he sleeps, he might not. He and I worked together on this cool thing a couple of years ago. There was this really cool, like basically live action D&D, to where we were in that volume, and Mark was the lead, and I was like a walk-on role or whatever. And we got to talking. It was like, we got to work together. Got to find something to do. So he reaches out and he was like, "Hey, I've got this role in the movie. They'll never see you. Spoiler. You're one of the main voices in the movie," and I couldn't think of anybody else. Otherwise, he would have called them. So, because he could only think of my name, which means the bug that I planted in his brain worked. He called me and he was like, "Hey man, can you jump in there?" And so we dove in, and I can't overstate the attention to detail that Mark has put into this movie. Like it is such a Cinderella story because yes, he has incredible success in YouTube land, but I'm sure you guys know that success very quickly can fall off the precipice of that boundary. And you can find yourself swimming in obscurity and mediocrity just like everybody else. And Mark has done the nigh impossible task of being able to bridge one remarkable success in one medium to another. And we have he has the number one movie in America right now. It's incredible.
It's unbelievable, and I think it's cool because a lot of YouTubers have like bridged a gap in the sense of like they've tried new things, they've done new things, but it's crazy that Markiplier has not only like bridged the gap, but he's almost like solving one of the big problems in the movie industry. It feels like, do you feel the effect? Have people been reaching out to you like, man, is this the future of movies? Like, do you feel on the cutting edge of the industry?
They don't have to
right
reach
now?
out to me. Yeah, I mean, I think it's apparent. Obviously, I think most people, even from the outside in or the inside out, can view and say that the typical studio system is broken. I love what Matt Damon said the other day, is that Netflix is baked into production now, is you have to restate the plot and character names every 2-3 minutes because they're fighting. They're the number one platform, and they can't beat this. They can't get people off their phones. And so it's really, really hard to capture an audience and not only endear them to your story, but especially if you're doing long form content, how do you create stuff for an audience that is used to, like, man, 60 seconds. If you hold someone's attention for 60 seconds, holy shit, you're a phenom. So that has changed the way that we are making content. And I hate saying that because we didn't used to make content. Content is new, man. We used to make art. We used to tell stories. We used to draw on cave walls and tell stories around the fire. And there's this great quote by Rick Rubin, which if you open Instagram, you can find Rick Rubin. But he said, we changed the way that we wrote music when we no longer had the restrictions of 4 tracks. And Orson Welles said that freedom is the enemy of creativity. And what I think made this thing with Mark so successful is that even though he's this huge YouTuber, right, and has had this incredible success, when you start making a film, you realize very quickly the restrictions and limitations that you have. Yes, he wrote it himself, directed it himself, started it himself, edited it himself, produced it himself, distributed it himself, all of that, which is very Orson Welles of him. But there are limitations to that roles because each of those roles are typically done by someone who that's their entire job in the studio.
Yeah.
And so you have the resources, the manpower, the time, the focus, and the fact that he has done this. We did a pickup shoot, a big pickup shoot, a week before his premiere. Let's say that again. We did a huge pickup shoot, multiple camera angles, 5 actors, actually, including 2 backgrounds. So 3 on-camera actors, 2 background, on location, multicam setup, a week before he premiered.
That's insane.
With VFX. I'm like, and the reason why he did it was like, the movie is missing something. And he has gone over this movie frame by frame with a fine-tooth comb. And he was like, if it doesn't hit me, it's not going to hit my audience. And I just applaud him for relentlessly pursuing not perfection, because that's impossible, but pursuing greatness. And we are seeing that unfold in real time, that when you refuse to compromise, this is the result.
What was your favorite scene to shoot in the movie, or voice, I guess I should say? And we can put a spoiler alert before you answer it.
Favorites. There's one scene that I love with Caroline that is so good because we got to yell at each other. And that's great. But I have to say, honestly, my favorite was the pickup shoot that we did. There's this weird, cool thing that happens when everyone just realizes that we're bar down, hands up on the ride, and we're like this euphoric state where everyone's exhausted, everyone's given everything they have, where the finish line is in sight. To me, to be able to see and the tactile, my guys, he did actually it was his wife, I think, that did all this. She did LED programming of stuff that's running like Matrix level scenarios in the background. You'll never see it,
Wow.
but you feel it. So just like, it was fun playing in that world. So if you haven't seen it, please join the rest of America
Yeah.
and go see this movie and support a truly, truly brilliant, remarkable filmmaker.
Congrats, man. It's so dope that you got to be a part of that project. It's really cool.
Me
Congrats.
too. I agree. It's awesome.